The Lighthouse Group is a full-service agency of over 30 locations and 350 team members, providing innovative solutions in 5 diversified areas of insurance. Originating in Holland over 20 years ago, Lighthouse is proud to be a supporter of Tulip Time Festival and can be found online at lighthousegroup.net.
The 90th Tulip Time Festival Metal Flow Volksparade is brought to you on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC, along with WHTC.com by Lighthouse Title Group. Buying and selling real estate is difficult enough without any last-minute surprises. That's why it's so important to choose the title company that regards flawless service as the highest priority, Lighthouse Title Group. The Metal Flow Volksparade is presented on WHTC by Compound Door. Supporting sponsors of the Metal Flow Volksparade on WHTC are Randy's Carpet Care, Bouchelle Sales, Metal Flow, Vanderveen's Dutch Store, Earl's Meats, Nature's Market, The Windmill Restaurant, Van Wieren Hardware, and Mapleview Animal Hospital. Now, let's join Nick Weber, live from the Elhart Automotive Group broadcast booth in downtown Holland for the Metal Flow Volksparade on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC, along with WHTC.com.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tulip Time 2019. Gary Stevens, Nick Weaver here on the corner of 8th and Central, and we're a little bit behind, but we're started. We're happy that you're joining us. You know, there's 3 things about Tulip Time that don't change. Number 1, the tulips. Number 2, the people in the city of Holland. And number 3, the wonderful city that we live in. This is my 66th Tulip Time, Gary, and it's wonderful. I just love it. So we're going to get right into it right away. Thanks for joining us. The Volksparade, Metal Flow Corporation, our sponsor. We thank you. And starting off, we're going to have the Holland Christian High School Marching Band. And all 3 of the local high schools, West Ottawa, Holland High School, and Holland Christian, will take turns. One in the Volksparade, one in the Kinder Parade, and one in the Music Parade on Saturday. And the Holland Christian Maroons will start it off this year. So, again, thank you for joining us. We'll be here every afternoon at 2 o'clock. That's Wednesday, Thursday, weather permitting, and then Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. We'll pick up some of the music down here. Band director Scott Vandenberg in just a minute, but welcome, Gary. It's good to have you here.
Glad to be here there, Nick Weber, and indeed the Holland Christian High School Marching Band have consistently received top ratings in Michigan School Band and Orchestra Association festivals. This band and orchestra has traveled and performed in Detroit, Chicago, Florida, Disney World, and Carnegie Hall. As the band does a little bit of its strut, but ready to perform again as it walks through our broadcast
That's one thing that's changed over the years, Gary. Back in the old days, everybody was just straight line. Now we're getting a little bit of, movement, which is kind of fun. Now, this is the shorter of the 2 parades in terms of distance. We'll have one today and then the Kinder Parade tomorrow and then the 2 1/4 mile on Saturday. But usually we get a little music, but right now we just got cadence.
And representing the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Bianca Oudshoff, the Deputy Consul General. She's the Deputy Consul General looking for economic opportunities for Dutch companies, innovations and startups in Chicago and the 14 states around it. Daniel Tremblay, the Consulate of Canada, the representative in a nice, sharp, well, he's from Canada. He can definitely ride on the rag top with the thing down. And our Volksparade Grand Marshal is the Rockford Ram.
That's Ginger Jew. Yeah, all the way from Rockford down here. She's the host, the chief meteorologist on the Today Show, ABC, and we welcome her back. I'm not going to say anything about the weather with the weather person today, but anyway, it's good to have her back. She's does a lot for West Michigan. We appreciate it.
And Ginger is in front of the WZZM TV 13, the Grand Rapids ABC affiliate. And let's hope they don't have to get the satellite truck working, because that means we have a major news story. This is time for fun.
Yep.
Next up is the West Ottawa Public Schools 7th grade band. It's arranged. The directors are Jenna Schroeder and Jake Lovers, work with combined group of Macatawa Bay and Harbor Lights 7th grade students. And they will become future Panthers, Mr.
Yes, they will.
Mr. West Ottawa High Hall of Famer Nick Weaver to my left.
Well, Heidi Kondrowski's retired, and, Dean, we lost Dean a few years ago, and Tom Updegraff, Ray Lucas, and the tradition continues. Fine band music down here. We'll pick up some of the music from the West Ottawa Middle School Band down
come
here.
on.
Oh, now they just closed it down.
Maybe they see our banners.
I know, they'll do that down there. But
They say-
welcome. The black and white, and congratulations to West Ottawa. What happened in the bond issue, Gary?
Yep, they've got past a $98 million bond issue. Not a large margin, but enough that they feel they can do some improvements at the school.
Well, Tulip Time 2019 brought to you by our good friends at Lighthouse Title Group, by Compound Door, by Holland Automotive, by Love's Travel Stop and Country Store, by Randy's Carpet Care, and Buchel Sales. Next up,
The world-famous Dutch dancers of Holland, Michigan, they are definitely ambassadors of this particular town. It's kinder, middle, high school, alumni, and community Dutch dancers, and we're getting more boys to do the Dutch dancing.
I remember when Ron and I first started doing this for you guys years ago, there were 1,500 Dutch dancers. Now there's less than 1,000. So getting the elementary kids in and the middle school kids, I think that helps perpetuate it, because we need these people. They do a wonderful job. And again, the Dutch dance directors and the costume directors, this stuff starts in January already, where they start working with the kids, the high school kids. The alumni have to go back and get retrained, and we just appreciate all the efforts that There's Harry Burgess. How you doing, Harry? Howdy, guys.
Kevin Vaughn's our producer back in our studios. Glad
Thank you,
are with
ladies.
us.
Thank you very much.
Nick Weaver making sure he knows half the people in this parade by himself.
That's what happens when you get old.
One of the nicest ladies in this town is the Art and Bloom winner, Carolyn Stitch. She won the Art and Bloom contest, the official poster, Enduring Delft. Second time she has captured this particular competition. But unlike our friends from Canada who ride with the top down, the rag top of the yellow Ford convertible is
Thank you, Carol.
definitely up. Definitely up. We've had a chance to chat with our friends from Compassionate Heart Ministries, a Christ-centered drop-in center for teens and young adults with mild to moderate disabilities, age 14 to 35.
Hi, guys.
And we're glad to have them with us.
And they have their new facility, which has opened up, and I work with youth all the way up to age 35. That's Laura Lynn Bunce. Howdy. Mm-hmm. She's been the go-to person for this for years. They got another fundraiser coming up. You got to love what they do for the kids in this community. And there are kids from all around the area that come in after-school programs. So we sure appreciate what they do over there. Located on Chicago Drive, just outside of Zeeland there. And we got some more bright people down here with their convertible tops working down here.
A little windy
Good morning.
this morning and
Hey,
this
guys.
afternoon, I should say. But we're glad that you are with us for the Meadow Flow Volksparade coverage here on WHTC. The 90th Tulip Time Festival. As I mentioned last night, they have us beat by 19 years.
Well, we've got some changes over at Zeeland High School with Keith Walker retiring, and this is our first Zeeland band, the Ducks Band, middle school.
Creekside Middle School Band, combined group of 7th and 8th grade musicians. And they have received top ratings and have performed at Van Andel Arena at Grand Rapids Griffin game. And glad to have the Creekside Middle School Band with us.
And we got somebody that's actually going to play and pick up some of the music here for you. And we pick up a little bit of cadence.
I think they sort of stop at Central Avenue, and we're just maybe a quarter of a block
Well, if
west
you're
of
just
Central
joining us,
Avenue.
we started at 1 o'clock where we had the Dutch dancers performing down here for 20 minutes, and then at 1:30 the treats were declared dirty, and they were clean from 1:30, and then we had the parade delayed by a half hour with a broken pole up probably on Columbia, that area down there. So if you joined us, you haven't missed much. We're just underway down here.
The American Legion stepping forward here as they work on behalf of all American servicemen and women, recognize a national leader in transition assistance from military to civilian life. we thank the efforts of the American Legion in helping those who serve our country.
Well, if you haven't had an opportunity to get down on 6th Street to take a look at the Tulip beds that are located on the west or the eastern part of 6th Street down over there towards Freedom Village, you want to get down there because they've completely re-landscaped that area down there. Tulips are no longer just in beds, but they're in nice little areas where you can kind of walk through and pick up everything. So I encourage you to get down there. It's all free.
Here's a classic Ford being driven by our friends at Mana's Body Shop, serving the Holland community since 1940. And New Holland Brewing Company, they got to enjoy their beverages, and they are in the Bike-In Bar, created by Keith Brown, working only off of a photo one in the Netherlands, built the Bike-In Bar for New Holland Brewing in his father's garage over the course of a year.
And that's powered by 8 people. That's it. That's how it's powered.
The Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, Be Nice. And Christy Buck and all the people involved with that, the Elhart people, very good thing.
Next up, we have Unity Christian High School, which is, I think, in their 3rd or 4th year in their new facility out on 48th Street out near Grand Valley. And we'll pick up some of their marching band from their high school band, the Navy and White.
And Unity Christian pulled the double for boys football and boys basketball.
3. I think they got soccer in there. They got 3 things.
But the 2 big ones, of course, soccer is more traditional with them. Olivia Grace and Company, 100% Lita, the Tulip Princess, along with a few of her royal friends from over the cast of over 40 characters. And Olivia Grace and Company, glad to have them with us at the Tulip Time Festival Meadow Flow Volksparade. You know what the first preschool in Holland was? Cherry Lane Preschool. It's been educating 3 to 5-year-olds since 1956, Nick.
Unbelievable. That's a long time.
And they're in a little float.
62 years being back. Thank you.
19th and Hazel, and they'll be going there. One of the newest hotels, City Flats Hotel, voted best hotel in Holland last year. Classic. Nick, what's that? That's not a Studebaker, is it?
No. It looks like a Ford.
But it's something from the 1950s, our friends at City Flats. All right, time for the Panthers to step up in front. Let's hope they play, Mr. Weaver.
Mike Hammond will be director. We'll get away from Mike when he gets up here.
The Marching Panthers of West Ottawa High School.
Yeah, there's Mike way in the background. He's catching up.
Friends at the Village at Appledorn, luxurious senior living community. We are glad to have them here. Glad that they have partnered with us at 99.7 and 1450 WHTC for many programming throughout the years.
Tulip Time 2019 Volksparade brought to you by our good friends at Vanderbean's Dutch Store, by Earl's Meats, by Nature's Market, Windmill Restaurant, Mapleview Animal Hospital, and Van Weeren's Hardware Store. You don't get much more Dutch than that.
The distinctive
wooden shoe
clogged vehicles designed by Elzinga and Volkers. I know a couple of people that were involved in the construction of those, and labor of love, Nick.
Yeah,
Labor
they're
of love.
on 6th Street. They'll be out during the day. They have them outside by their office down there. So if you get out in that area and you're down looking at the Tulip lanes and stuff, you'll see those there. You can have pictures taken in them.
Welcome our friends from the U.S. Army Recruiting Office from Wyoming, Michigan, that is, where the Armory is. Next up, the Holland Christian 6th grade band, made of students from Rose Park Christian and Pine Ridge Christian schools. Matt Veenstra is the director, and we have majorettes involved with him as well.
And maybe we'll pick up just a little bit of their music this afternoon.
Fun fact to know and tell for those who may not know about this community, L. Frank Baum spent some time here. And he wrote some of the Wizard of Oz books. And in honor of that, Holland and Bloom is supported and collaborated with the Holland Oz Project. You can help support the effort to build the yellow brick road from Centennial Park over to the library.
That's correct, yep.
Now, Carl Douglas is not involved with this, but this is Chan's Martial Arts.
They've been around a while.
Yes. They've been family-owned and operated. This is year number 19 for them. No, not 18. This is, no. Let's get it back. 03 to 19. It's 16 years.
That sounds good.
My math is getting better. But it's a little chilly. I'm sorry. Black River Public Schools. They were named a top school in the state in the latest U.S. World.
This is the kind of band that I'd want to be in, Gary, because you don't march, you get pulled around.
They are the River Rats. They have won a few number of awards. The band itself, but the school itself.
Doing really well. Shannon
Brunig, the head of school. He's the leader, but a lot of fine people doing well at Black River. The Michigan West Coast Chamber of Commerce striding forward with a couple of...
They got a nice facility over there. You've seen it, Gary, over there at the east entrance to Holland?
Glad to have our friends from the West Michigan Chamber here. And showing their true Dutch hardiness, ragtops are down.
Oh, we're getting a little break in the weather. If you've been outside at all today, you know we had a little bit of rain, but the sun is starting to peek out a little bit, and that's always nice. Again, we want you to join us tomorrow afternoon for the Kinder Parade. That starts at 2 o'clock. And the Parade of Bands and Music Parade on Saturday starts at 2 o'clock also.
And John Karsten will be the...
John Karsten will be honored for his 40 years of leading the Criers. He's just done an outstanding job, all the way from the city of Zeeland.
The joint band of Zeeland East and Zeeland West, New Direction.
Lucas Kerr is one.
Central Michigan and Pujan Badarai. A Spartan is the other one, as they've replaced Keith Walker.
It took two people to replace Keith, isn't that something?
A little bit of brown, a little bit of gold, a little bit of green. It is the Zeeland High School Marching Band. Let's see if they'll put the instruments up and perform a little bit for us here at the Meadow Flow Volksparade.
Another nice sized group, probably 140 kids, 150 kids in this band. Combined.
We are taking a break. We'll get you caught up on a couple of things. Kevin Vaughn back in our studios. This is coverage of the Metal Flow Volksparade on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC. Well, we have a few moments here. White Pigeon High School has made the trip over to participate. Well, this is nothing new, Nick. They've been in this parade since the year 2000.
Yeah, this is one of the unusual things. This is the People's Parade, the Volksparade. And mostly it's very local, but this is one of the schools that's always been here for the Volksparade. We just appreciate their effort getting down here.
All right. Again, I hope Kevin Vaughn has his ears up. We need to take a break. We will take one on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.
The Lighthouse Group is a full-service agency of over 30 locations and 350 team members, providing innovative solutions in 5 diversified areas of insurance. Originating in Holland over 20 years ago, Lighthouse is proud to be a supporter of Tulip Time Festival and can be found online at lighthousegroup.net.
Tulip Time updates on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC are presented in part by Nature's Market, making clean eating and healthy lifestyles accessible to the community.
Are you tired of a dead-end job? Are you looking for a new career? Would you like to make $11.25 or more an hour? Well, now you can. Love's Travel Stop and Country Store has opened their first ever Holland location at 9790 Adams Street, and they want dedicated workers. They have over 30 openings for qualified individuals, including 15 cashiers starting at $11.25 an hour. They're also hiring for tire techs and maintenance starting at $13 per hour, and mechanics start at $20 an hour plus commission. Apply now at loves.com/careers. Full and part-time positions are available, and both offer benefits, paid vacations, and holiday pay. Love's is hiring for all 3 shifts, including the Hardee's restaurant inside of Love's. Love's Travel Stop and Country Store is located at 9790 Adams Street. Just take the Adams Street exit off of I-196. Apply now at loves.com/careers and change your life and make more money today. loves.com/careers.
So you've got a business, and it's really good. It's great, but you want to make it fantastic to grow beyond your biggest dreams. Well, how are you going to find all those people that are going to buy your product or use your services? With radio, with digital, with 99.7, 1450 WHTC, and WHTC.com. Reach your target customers with radio and a multitude of state-of-the-art multi-platform marketing products. Yeah, that sounds like what you need, and we'll help you do it. Learn more at WHTC.com/advertise.
Let's take a look at traffic now. East and west traffic downtown Holland is looking pretty rough. Your best bet might be 7th Street, but even that is a little slow. 16th is also kind of slow. And any turnoff from 31 is looking a bit rough. So be aware of that and watch out.
You're listening to Where Holland Goes to follow the 90th Tulip Time Festival. 99.7 and 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
We're picking up some of the music of the Hamilton Hawkeyes. It's kind of nice, Gary, that we're going to be honoring Lyda Rogers, who's responsible for this thing starting back in 1927, the first Tulip Time. 90 years later. It started in 1929, but now we're 90 years later. But we're going to have some of her relatives here, I believe on Saturday, that we're going to honor as part of the Tulip Time Music Fest. A tribute to her getting this all started.
Excellent.
Some 92 years ago.
Benjamin's Hope is coming by now, a live, work, play workshop worship organization designed to address the multifaceted needs of adult individuals and families affected by autism and other intellectual and developmental differences. We appreciate the fine work done by Benjamin So.
They got a new facility out on it's on Lakewood Boulevard, just a little bit west, up towards the lake a little bit out there, and we just appreciate what they're doing. New facility, and they got a great opportunity to work with these kids.
Holland Sentinel, our friends a little bit further west of here, in a vintage 1970 vehicle. Did you know that the story there, and we'll be quick about this, Salvation Army there is coming by. In 1970, Michigan had gold and white plates in honor of Wayne State University that year.
Wow. Trivia time. Oh, the Salvation Army's got a new facility, too. It's kind of nice.
Very nice.
Cadillac.
It took a while. The quilt show is being run right now at the Holland Council. And I see my good friend Andrew Holtz. And that means it is the Saugatuck High Marching Band under the direction of Andrew Holtz. Nick, I've had the pleasure of listening to this band grow over the 9+ years. Now 10 I've broadcast Saugatuck games on the band.
Exactly.
And from maybe about 15 members, it's now about 60, 70 members.
It's growing. That's what I like to see.
Next up, our friends from Quality Car Wash. Now with 7 locations, and they're in Jenison. Yay! Glad you guys are in our neighborhood as well as here in Holland. Quality Car Wash. My wife likes them. You know why? Because she doesn't have to try to drive into those little tracks. She just drives right there and
takes it over for you. Yeah.
Evergreen Commons, walking is winning. Indeed. The group is the Striders of Evergreen Commons. Only 14 members in 04. 15 years later, about 50 participants in the the Striders of Evergreen Commons effort.
They're out about 3 times a week. I think they're on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or something like that. They go. Howdy, guys.
The fine effort of Daryl Bartlett and our friends at the Holland Rescue Mission. They've been serving the homeless in the Holland. No, Daryl hasn't been doing since 07. 1907.
They finally found a job you're qualified for.
The Holland Rescue Mission.
Great. I want a bagel.
At-home realty with the at-home smiley guy saying hello to the fans.
They got a new facility that's going to be open here pretty quick. It's over here on College.
Yep. And
8th Street. 7th Street. Yep, exactly.
With a very well-decorated Jeep. We got a new vehicle we'll be showing off today.
Good job, Hogaboom. Good.
Zeeland Christian School Band has participated in the Tulip Time Festival for over 40 years. Zeeland Christian School, over 850 students, located where else? In Zeeland.
And that's another growing school, and we'd like to see that.
The gold and blue of Zeeland Christian School.
As the sun starts coming out, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Add about another 15 degrees and we'll take it. With Nick Weaver, I'm Gary Stevens. I'm glad you're with us for our coverage of the Meadow Flow Volksparade and the 90th Tulip Time Festival. Kevin Vaughn is our producer. Kevin Oswald down below with the video.
Tulip Time 2019 brought to you in part by our good friends at Lighthouse Title Group, by Compound Door, Elhart Automotive Group, Love's Travel Stops and Country Store.
100 years for the Holland Rotary. We got to give them dibs for next year. It's 2020. This is their 100th year.
They got 10 years up on us.
Next up, and yes, the Rotarians, good group.
And Tulip Time also brought to you by our good friends at Bushell Sales, by Metal Flow, our sponsor today, Vanderbean's Dutch Store, Earl's Meats, Nature's Market, Windmill Restaurant, Mapleview Animal Hospital, Van Weeren's Hardware, and we want to say thanks to Killens. They dropped off a little ice cream here for us
Yes.
to make this job a little bit easier.
And sometimes when you eat ice cream on a cold day, it does warm you up because it gets your body used to the cool temperatures. Our friends from Big Dutchman going by.
That's located in New Zealand. Years. That's been probably founded in, what, about 1935?
38.
38, close.
Now the bookmobiles, that means Herrick District Library. Good wheel hunting and all sorts of fun.
That's a great
Yes.
facility.
Herrick District Library, the main campus on River just south of downtown Holland. Holland Christian Preschool. Explorers are welcome. Serves 1,600 students in the greater Holland area. And right behind the preschool is the Holland Christian Middle School Band, 60 students. Matt Veenstra is the director of the middle school band as well. Tracy Wimpy is the majorette squad trainer of Encore Twirling.
And we'll pick up a little of their music, Gary.
Hospice Regatta is coming up on August 17th at the Yacht Basin Marina. A lot of activities, proceeds to Hospice of Holland. It's almost time for the big boats to be hitting the water, Nick.
It will be long. Thank you guys for appreciating what they're, it's actually a ministry. If you've ever had anybody in hospice, it's a wonderful, wonderful organization, a great way to help.
In honor of the fact we lost Burt Reynolds this past year, Camaros of Michigan going by right now. Smokey and the band are the most notable Camaro driven, but Camaros of Michigan, it's now 6 generations of Camaro. I didn't think it was that many.
How many in the club here?
Don't have the number here. Camaros of Michigan.com. You can find out where that is, how many they do have at the club. But many different styles and different, you know, the Chevrolet. I don't want to call it a muscle car, Nick, because they had the sports car with the Corvette. But the Camaro was really, sort of a muscle car.
It was, yep.
To battle the Dodge Charger.
You got the Shelby.
And the Mustang.
Yep.
And Carol Shelby, whom I did meet.
Yep.
Signed that.
So each year, the city of Holland gets about 1 million tulips. There are 120 varieties, 200,000 planted by hand, 400,000 are planted along the city streets and parks. 5 million are in bloom each year in this area. And if you get out by the Valdirs out there, and there's 6 million tulips out there. And we went by there the other day. It's absolutely gorgeous.
But it's a no-no. Do not pick them.
No.
Back
when we were a kid, if you got caught doing that, it was $5 a pop.
And not only that, it's a civil violation. Let's look at our friends from the Holland Middle School Band. Supports the Holland Tulip Festival with a beautifully crafted rooftop display of tulips. And the Holland Museum, very pleased to be a part of the Tulip Time Festival.
Now, just a couple of things, Gary. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Holland Farmers Market, which has been going on Saturdays throughout the winter months, at the Civic Center, will be opening up, I believe,
This coming Wednesday. A week from today.
Yeah, keep that in mind. And then don't forget, you can dig tulips. I think it's $10 a bucket. That'll be a week from Saturday, I think, is when that takes place. And that's always a fun thing for families to come down and do over on 6th Street down here in some of the parks like Centennial.
Miffy, the beloved children's characters, arrived in Holland, just in time to celebrate Tulip Time. In the Netherlands, Miffy is known as Nitja, which derives from the Dutch word konitja. Yeah. Hey, I got my green card. I married
Little Bunny, you got that part right.
Little Bunny, okay. Next up is the West Ottawa 8th grade band, the Harbor Lights and Macatawa Bay 8th grade band.
Jay Gansford is the director of this band. He's also the co-director of the high school band.
Yep. And I think I have a relative marching in this particular band.
Now, can you find him?
He's rather tall.
Look, you'll find him.
Easy to spot. Nick, I did. I did find him.
Did you?
The Women's Literary Club. Very important in the history of this particular festival, Nick Weaver.
Gotta love it. Thank you. Now, these are not the red hats. These are the ladies in the black hats.
Right.
And
The
again,
Women's
thank you.
Literary Club of Holland, 120 years. Lita Rogers proposed Tulip Time at a Women's Literary Club meeting in 1927. 120 years they are celebrating. Ladies, thank you. Here comes a house. And, of course, that means Coldwell Banker wants to sell it. Coldwell Banker, Woodland Schmidt, market share leader in Holland, supporting many charities. But I don't think they'll be selling that house. Time for the Hamilton Middle School Marching Band, 7th and 8th graders.
And it looks like Jay Herrick is marching with the younger kids today. He's the high school band director.
Macatawa Bank with the boat, which is a symbol of the bank itself, coming by now.
Well, you got to appreciate all these kids. You know, this is not their first day marching in the spring. Has not been very nice weather to be out with marching band at first and second
Nick,
hour.
You tell me how this vehicle looks.
I think it's sweet. It looks like the 92.7, the van.
Yep.
Actually, it's 99.7, the van.
No, 92.7 the van and 99.7, 1450 WHTC.
Both of them FM.
The van side
Who's
is
the big guy driving that thing? Is that,
it is the host of the Lakeshore's Wake Up Call on
is that
the
Mr. Brent Allen?
92.7 the
Gotta
van.
love
Brent
it.
Allen. Behind the new vehicle that we have, Life Circle Space, excited to continue to be a part of Tulip Time. You've seen the buses running around Ottawa County. Life Circles offers medical and social support to older adults who wish to live at home instead of moving to a facility. Another band coming across now, Nick, and it's the Vanderbilt Charter Academy Voyageurs.
And it's growing a little bit. We'll pick up some of their music.
coming up next month. It's been celebrated in Holland for 18 years. The Emancipation Proclamation, a holiday that came north from Texas and down south up to the Holland area. Vista Springs, Holland Meadows, very nice.
Wonderful facility.
Vehicle, vibrant resort-style senior living community. The Hope Network, which I've had good dealings with over the years. Joe Havman and the people at Hope Network here in the Holland area. HopeNetwork.org is their website.
How you doing, Johnny boy?
One way to stay warm on a little bit of a chilly Metal Flow Volksparade is to do some dancing in the Zeeland Youth Dance Company, Zeeland Community Recreation's affiliate dance company, celebrating its 10th anniversary this year.
Very
5th
colorful.
through 12th grade students from the lakeshore. And that's one way of staying warm. As Nick mentioned, we have another parade tomorrow. Hopefully it will be held. If not, it will be the Friday makeup for the Kinder Parade.
Yes, that is correct. And that's where we'll have the maypoles and all the 7,000 elementary age students and their classroom teachers and parent volunteers.
The heart of the home, Holland Furnace Company.
Boy, that's been around. That was back when Holland first got started.
Next up is the Cityside Middle School Band, 8th grade band from Cityside Middle School in Zeeland. Some of the band members in shirt sleeves. I think I lost that, thermal coat long ago.
We'll see if we get some music out of these guys today. Gary, got a trivia question for you.
Go ahead.
Netherlands produces how many tulips each year?
1 billion?
3 billion.
Oh, I'm only a third of the way through.
Oh, here comes that. This is my era, Gary.
Yes, the little
50s and
Cushmans.
60s.
40 active and enthusiastic members of the Cushman Motor Scooters from the 50s and 60s. Gentlemen and ladies, thank you.
Yeah. Please stand up and applaud. Yeah.
Honors for members of the Holland Department of Public Safety. The Reserve Officer of the Year is Brian Ayler. And the Park Paid Firefighter of the Year is Mateo Solomon.
Yes, we want to say congratulations to those guys. That's really appreciated. And my good friend Dan Kinder, who's a sergeant here in Holland, found out his assignment this week is to be on a bike. And he tells the story about the first time he was out on his bike. There was a 911 call, and he got to the house, and the lady said, I called 911 and I get a police officer on a bike. So he called me up the other day and we had to talk about that.
They may be near the end of the parade today, but they'll be up front.
They'll be up front, yep.
Tomorrow or Saturday, the Holland High School Marching Band. Beverly Van Oss is the
Second
director.
year for her, I believe,
Yes.
as the director.
And, yes, the distinctive band marching in the wooden shoes.
Nice breeze out of the east today, and the rain's left. The sun's come out a little bit. And now here comes the Holland High School Marching Band, and hopefully we'll pick up a little bit of their music. You can hear the clapping in the background.
the Dutch Dogs on parade.
All the dogs being walked down, the last event down here before the fire truck comes through.
Best Pals Animal Rescue Center has helped, not only with the Dutch dogs, but making sure that cats and dogs find a nice home. Best Pals. And yes, the dogs are trailing up the parade.
Tulip time has gone to the dogs.
But unfortunately, so too is our broadcast of our Tulip Time Festival. Nick, it has been fun.
It's been fun, and we look forward to tomorrow afternoon. Should the weather hold up, we're planning at 2 o'clock. If not, that'll be postponed and kicked down to Friday. And again, the Kinder Parade features all of our high school elementary students from around the area. About 7,000, and that'll bring a lot of grandpas and grandpas down here, too.
So it certainly will. But it's a lot of fun. Thanks to Kevin Oswald, Kevin Vaughn back in our studios, Brian Allen helping us set up here. Thanks to the good people with the Tulip Time Festival, Gwen Awerta, the executive director.
Absolutely.
Andy Kenyon and the city of Holland for their cooperation and help setting up. And thanks to all of you. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast of the Meadow Flow Kinder Parade.
Good, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon, folks.
Have a good day, everyone.
Coverage of the 90th Tulip Time Festival Meadow Flow Volksparade on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC, along with WHTC.com, has been brought to you by Lighthouse Title Group. Buying and selling real estate is difficult enough without any last-minute surprises. That's why it's so important to choose the title company that regards flawless service as the highest priority. Lighthouse Title Group. The Meadow Flow Volksparade has been presented on WHTC by Compound Door. Supporting sponsors of the Meadow Flow Volksparade on WHTC include Randy's Carpet Care, Bouchelle Sales, Meadow Flow, Vanderveen's Dutch Store, Earl's Meats, Nature's Market, The Windmill Restaurant, Van Wieren Hardware, and Mapleview Animal Hospital. Thank you for listening to the Meadow Flow Volksparade on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC, along with WHTC.com.